Hi. So it is a rainy day outside, and I just thought I'm feeling a little not so energetic, and I thought, I'm always telling people, if you put a little makeup on, it can really energize you. So I'm going to take some of my own advice. Also, we're going to test a few new things. But I want to kind of go back to the RIMAN 4D Lustre Foundation. And today, we're going to use a different brush to apply it. This is an e.l.f. brush. It is $8. I've seen a lot of really great things, and it may look pretty familiar to you because I've got my unique version of this that I use all the time. And I also have an It Cosmetics version that I use. And so I thought this would be just great because if you don't own a lot of brushes, or you're just looking for, to start off, maybe not with the most expensive brushes, it's a great option. So this is the one from Unique that I use and love. And then this has a really very similar feel to it. And then it's got the smaller side as well. So we're gonna use this today. I am going to start. We've not started yet using the primer, the Set and Spray primer. So I'm going to do that. And we're going to let that dry down. And you saw I used a generous amount. You want to use a generous amount when you're using these products, but this is going to help hydrate. I did not do, a lot of times I'm coming straight from having done my morning routine and ritual for skincare. And today I am not. I did it earlier and I didn't do a refresh. We're just kind of going into it. I might do something a little bit different with the contouring as well, just to show again how well this product works with other products. So let me grab my regular color, which is 21 Light. It's not the lightest. We have one that's a little bit lighter called Fair. And I also have the Tan, which is 2 shades deeper. I'm about to order the one that comes in between because I think that's going to be my suntan color. And then I have the original Lustre, which I love so much. I have asked, can we keep this one as an illuminator? Because it's just so beautiful. It has the original finish that is much more in tune to the Korean preferences for foundation, which is a lot more glass skin like, but it makes such a beautiful illuminator. Where they have Americanized this formula just a little bit. It's much more of a satin, but you do see your skincare through it. So if you've been using RIMAN, you know that you're getting that glow, and it will come through this foundation. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to use this brush for the very first time with you. We're going to take and we are going to dab that in. And yep, we got some good coverage there. This is going to be less than the, originally we used the little pad that comes with it. I'm going to show you a little trick on that as well that I just learned. Then we went into the Kabuki, which has that soft, kind of hard, like more dense, soft, flat, well, more dense, flat, thicker, more coverage. This is going to give you slightly less coverage. So we're heading away from the fullest coverage that we can get. And we're just going to buff that in. I'm going to see how well I can do with just doing half of my face. I'm never really good at it because I start talking. Sorry, got a phone call. But let's keep on going. So, and we're going to work through some of the challenges. I've been watching a lot of people demoing the product online and also on Instagram and TikTok and on Facebook, and been seeing some of the questions that come through, and I always feel like that's really good for me to learn, and I can help you guys kind of, you know, if you've got some of the same questions. We're going to come back to this. We're going to finish we're going to finish my face, but can you see, you guys, the coverage? It is really, really good. Now, if you feel like your pores are maybe not as airbrushed as you would like, you can always use the heat of your fingers to press that in. We can soften that edge there. And it's going to just make that little bit of heat in your fingers is going to make that melt right in. The other thing that you can do is take one of your beauty blenders, and we are going to, typically you'd want to go under the sink and wet this and then wring it out. I'm just going to wet this because you want it to become, it's going to become much bigger. Than it is when it's dry, and that's what you want, but you don't want it to be wet. There we go. And the other thing you can do is just bounce this right on that foundation. Okay, so just a couple troubleshooting things to kind of help you with. Okay, so what do you think? Should we do, I never do half the face. Let's do half the face, and then I'll go back and I'll finish the face. This is going to be weird, but fun. We're going to do things a little bit differently. So like I said, I think I want to look at doing contour a little bit differently for you guys. Okay. Girl is making a mess here. Dropping things left and right. I don't have a cool Truematch, but I do have a warm. Let's see. The thing I love about showing you the Truematch is that, you know, you guys can get this anywhere, any drugstore. I will have it linked in my shop through my website or through my app. I'll also provide a direct link here for you for the product itself. One is Warm 7-8. And then I also have a, oh, this one's 7-8 too. All right, we're gonna go in with the one that I already had open. let's do that. It's not as precise because I have used it. But this is going to be like so easy to use if you're just starting with contour. So if you have, you know, more than a 3-finger forehead, you're definitely going to want to do some contouring and some bronzing across the top. We're going to treat this as if it is bronzer. So I do like to do some bronzer along my hairline. We want to stay out of the temple if you, like me, are a little bit older and have started to get some sunkenness in here. I'll also drop in a graphic that shows you, depending on the shape of your face, where you may want to put your contour and or bronzer. Okay, so because I'm doing a bronze tour, I'm really kind of combining the two together. All right, so as far as contour, you can take any sort of a straight edge and go from the corner of your eye to the top of your ear, and you're going to want to stay above that, which is really now on your cheekbone versus we used to do it down here below the cheekbone. We're now doing it actually on the cheekbone. So we're going to do that here. And for the most part, you don't want to go beyond the outside of your eye. Okay. Then we're going to contour the nose. I'm going to have to do both sides or it's just going to look weird. So we're going to contour both sides and underneath. We're going to go try to keep it off to the side. Underneath here to make our lip look a little bit more voluptuous. We can also go above the lip to accomplish the same thing on the top. And then I have my gel that I want to really take the eye away from. And then a lot of times it's good to do underneath your jawline and then the spotlight. And some people will go down here. Okay, so now we're going to grab, we could use our fingers. I'm going to grab a brush. I'm going to use, I think, one of my unique brushes. And we are just going to blend those. The contour under your jaw, you want to blend up. Along the hairline, you want to blend it in circles, but you do want to blend that back into the hairline. We want to keep this down below our jawline. And if you feel like it's getting a little too dry, you can always put a little bit of the setting spray on it. Let's grab that e.l.f. brush again and use it for blending. That's why I bought it. So you can see you get just a lot of control on blending that nose. Also, if you want to use that to create the structure in your eye, I'm just kind of pressing this in because I don't want to pull on the loose skin. Okay, I'm very popular right now. And then I'm going to go underneath and connect that. And then we're just going to take the end of that brush. So if you don't feel like you're ready to graduate to something like Saint, you definitely want to stay in that creamy formula because we are over 50. And the pencil just gives you a lot of control. Okay, now I'm going to grab the neutral 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to go down the center of the nose. We can add a little bit of a highlight. We can come in here. I didn't do the lip, but we can do both of those together. Really highlight that Cupid's bow. For me, I want to bring out, so we're going to use that lighter color in the temple. I'm going to use it around the nose. And on the chin. Again, trying to remind myself that we are trying to keep this just on the one side of the face. Then we're going to want to do a little bit there and a little bit here on the side of the nose. If you feel like anything needs a little bit more blending, you just swap this around. You've got just a little bit left of that foundation on there, and it's really going to do a lot. And if you're looking to have your cheeks a little bit more chiseled, you can come in underneath by pairing the darker color and the lighter color together. You're really going to get that snatched look, if you will. All right, now do I want to... I'm grabbing one that's a little bit warmer in the 1, 2, and 3. It's going to have a little bit more yellow in it. I'm going to use it to kind of offset. We're going to do a little color correction, offset my shadow under my eyes, and we can offset it here. And again, this is W, 1, 2, and 3. So it's got a little bit more warmth, a little bit more yellow in it. Okay. What do you think, you guys? So that is just the basics, right? That's our basic foundation. All right, let's do our eyebrows. Eyebrows are so important. I'm going to go in with a blonde. I'm going to go in with the blonde Unique, more of a pomade pencil. It's a little bit thicker. It's going to be a little bit quicker versus going in all with individual hair flicks. Shape this eyebrow. We want to make sure to pull this out, not down. And I'm using the color blonde. Okay. Then we're going to go in with, this is the Dusty Mauve 07. It's hard to do half the face. I'm just making sure to bring it down to the vermilion line, which is the white line where your skin separates from your lips to your face. That is your lip. That is part of your lip. All right. We're going to use it as blush, and we're using that e.l.f. brush. Layer till you get the intensity that you are looking for. I like some on my temple, and then you can actually use that on the outside of your eye, just to kind of pull that whole look together. Then I'm going to grab the Unique pencil, which for the next couple days on my Kamigo site, you can buy you can buy 2, get 1 free, which is great. Really, really great. Buy 2, get 1 free. And then if you buy 4, you get the 20% off. So I'm using it just on the inside of my eye. We're keeping things fairly neutral. Stay and Play eyeliner from Essence. You guys know how much I love Essence. We're going to come in here with that eggplant color just on the outer part of my lid, going straight out from the highest part and then pulling that a little bit underneath, kind of create just a little bit of roundness there. And then we are going to take a smudge brush any brand will do. And we are going to smudge that and just create just a little bit, tiniest little wing. Tiniest little bit of wing. Let's curl our lashes. And we're going to try, I was watching one of the Saint artists that I follow. She's amazing. I can't think of her name right now, but she is 30-year makeup artist. She's beautiful. She's not afraid of doing all the things. She's had a facelift. She's done all of that, but she does do really, really beautiful makeup. And she loves this Panorama mascara from L'Oreal. So we're going to give that a try just to kind of, we're still searching for a drugstore available mascara. We know that we love the Tarte. There's a couple others that I have liked. I was really looking for a maroon one. Kind of ran out of time. Maroon is the new, like a eggplanty maroon color is the new black for 2025, but they're hard to find. So they're not mainstream yet. Okay, let's go in with this Panorama. Okay, it goes on very easy. We really want to start at the base, you know, build it up at the base, and then we pull it out. It's very cooling. It feels very cool on my eye as it's going on. We can just pull those out right to the edge. So those of us with hooded eyes, you know, the wear test is really the most important part. Do we end up looking like a raccoon? I still feel most comfortable going out for a long day where I need my makeup to last and be good with my Quadra, but that's because it is, you know, proven to me. And I do love that it's patent pending and has the growth serum already in there. I'm going to get back to using, I've been testing the Bobala lash serum, but I had to stop it for a little while. It says that it is, you know, not going to irritate eyes, but I am super sensitive this time of year with my allergies, and I don't know if it was that or if it was my allergies that was irritating my eyes, but I had to stop. And they are kind of back to normal now. So I will start with that again. That's a nice mascara. All right. What do we think, guys? This is our look. On just half the face. And let's do the setting spray. I usually end up coming in, I feel like I need a little bit more blush. I am a blush girly. I do love it. So I'm going to go ahead and do quite a bit. And then I'm just going to use my finger this time. There we go, guys. All right, I'm going to do the second half of my face and I will be back. Okay, there is the second half of my face. So, couple things. I'm going to grab the regular color again, which is light. I'm going to grab this little brush here. Feel like I just need to soften my jawline just a little bit. And I want to show you the trick with the little press pad. Where did I end up putting it? From a makeup artist is if you do 3 fingers, this is specific to cushion foundations, and then do the middle finger above the strap, okay? And then you press in. You are going to get a much more even, application that does not look like it's done with a pad, and it's true. Okay, so just use that to kind of brighten up that center part of my face a little bit. Now I'm going to grab the original one that I love. So you could either use the Fair, or if you've got the original color, this is just, I just love it so much. And like I said, I have been submitting and asking them, can we keep this as just an illuminator? So I'm going to show you, I'm just going to use it in some strategic spots. And it's really just got this pretty glow. Can you see that? Such a pretty glow. So just adding a little bit of luminosity. There we go. And you guys can see I don't even need any powder. It finishes itself in such a beautiful way. You can see the glow coming from my skincare. What do you guys think? That's the full look. And I like this mascara. Let's go in and do just one more coat. Let's see what happens. Hi, you guys. Pups want to go outside even though it's raining. It does a really nice job of can you see how it's separating the lashes? This brush is phenomenal. Now, if you're ever sitting in my makeup chair and we decide to use this, unfortunately, I have to use disposable spoolies. So you're never really going to get this effect unless you bring your own. Because the spoolies they really are what makes each mascara so incredibly different, and the technology that they put into them. This one's doing just a phenomenal job really separating those lashes. It's beautiful. Okay, next to the Tarte, this may be my favorite. I think it might have been all of like $12 or $14. It's not going to last as long as the Quadrant. It doesn't have any of those extra features like the lash serum. So if you were to be using a lash serum, you kind of even out there, but in price, that is. This is like a diamond. Let's just see what happens here. Oh, wow. I do love Anastasia of Beverly Hills. Look at that. Oh, I could go in for more blush. What do you think, you guys? Just love it so much. No, we're not going to do that. All right, this is our look. I'm going to do my hair, and then I'm going to come back, and we'll have some pictures of the final look. All right, guys, if you saw my stories today, then you probably saw that this is on sale. This is the Launch. This is from Launch. Unfortunately, I've been trying for such a long time to get a discount code, affiliate code for you guys. I haven't been able to. I got up to 7,500 followers. Now I need 10,000. But the good news is it is on sale. I think it's 33% off. It's under $60 on Amazon. So I've got that link for you in my stories. We're going to go through, we're going to use this, and we're going to just add a little bit of curl, a little bit of movement into my hair. And it's going to be super easy. I think we're just going to divide this into 2 sections. Today, I'm going to grab the Launch Heat Protectant, which I love, and I'll have to check to see if they now have this on Amazon. But you might be wondering, and we were too, because they're now selling on Amazon. So the agreement with Amazon, in order to be able to get counterfeit products off of Amazon, you have to sell your products on Amazon. So that's why you're going to see, so many of the products that you are supporting affiliates through, and you should still support them because they're putting together the content for you. But it's usually at a little bit of a higher discount. So you'll see that it's got a 33% discount versus if you were to go onto the Launch website, it's on sale for 30% off. So you can see that that's kind of just how that works. So we are going to just do a little bit of movement. I like to kind of go every other section under or to the right or to the left, however you want to consider that, so that we get some extra fullness. I do love this product. This is my favorite Launch tool, in all honesty. Whoops. See how you just go in, do one turn, and then just pull out, and you're going to get that curl. And then I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to go above my temples, back, and just pull this section a little bit on the left side of my part, and then the right side for the top of the hair. I should not be drinking coffee. Uh-oh. I turned the cool shot off by accident. So this has, you can hear it. It's got cool air that's helping to set those curls. You wouldn't need to use this if you were using the cool shot, if you were using it as a straightener. I am using it as a curler. I like to do that because I've always had pretty straight hair that needs a little extra help. And you can just see how fast and easy this is. The hair on this side is cut just a little bit longer. So if I go a little bit slower, I should get a tighter curl. See? If you like the ends straight, you can just kind of pull them a little bit and use this as a straightener. And then let's grab that last section of hair. A little bit of heat protectant. to overcorrect this a little bit as I'm pulling it. I'm going to turn that off. And we're just going to use our fingers, tousle this just a little bit. And we've got some just nice, easy, pretty movement in our hair. All right, guys, that's our final look for today.